country coach Peter Dalton. Thanks for joining us this morning.
No problem.
Men's cross country coming up on the conference championship this weekend. It's kind of been business as usual this year as they continue to put in solid performances throughout the year. Can you talk about their performance all year and how they've improved throughout the four meets you've had so far?
Yeah, I think the men have done well. We started with a little bit more of a team spread than we would like. It's early season, so there's no panic really. Some people progress a little at different stages than others. Some guys come in from summer-based phase and they don't need too much speed work and they run just fine. And one or two others need that little bit of speed work just to light the system. So the good news is, as we have progressed through the season, the team spread 1 through 5 has gotten narrower and narrower, and even 1 or 2 of our freshmen have stepped up into that top 5. Charles Ramos did a nice job of stepping up at the pre-region meet down in Alabama there a few weeks ago, and it's good to know that we have an alternate at the 5 position in case something doesn't quite go right on race day. But our top 5 or upper class guys are running in solid packs, and every practice we run a little tougher and a little closer together, so things are going in the right direction.
Yeah, one guy that seems to be at the front of the pack all this season has been Tanner Cook, a sophomore. Can you talk about how he's progressed after coming in last year as a freshman and then just going out throughout this year?
Well, Tanner's done a real nice job, and the main reason why is Tanner came in as a freshman, and the typical freshman has, what they like at the high school level, and they kind of have it all figured out, and then they get to the college level. And during the freshman year, Tanner learned 1 or 2 things, but the biggest thing Tanner did was, at the end of the freshman year, he came to me and said, how do you actually do this? And hats off to him. He came in at the end of freshman year and said, Coach, yeah, I got a little better, but there's something more here. And we sat down and we went through it all. We went through, all of those little details that people don't want to talk about. That is distance running. It's, morning runs and, ice baths and nutrition and everything. We just went through all of the details that add up to a great distance runner. And during the summer, he got all the pieces in line, and, he comes back as a sophomore and he's a completely different athlete. And hats off to him. He just wants to learn. He's just listening to all the details, and he's implementing them.
And another key addition this year has been transfer student in Connor Hatfield. What has his addition meant to the team this year? He's been up there with Cook most of the races near the front of the pack.
Yeah. No, Connor's just, first and foremost, Connor's just a great teammate. He's come in, he knows 1 or 2 of the guys on the team, but obviously he's a transfer. It's a little bit of a difficult position to start from. But he's done a great job, and first thing is integrating to the team and just being a teammate. He realizes this is different than his last institution or where he was, but he's just embraced what it is to be at King University and a Tornado. And on top of that, he really is just a good teammate. When he gets into practice, he'll lead a rep, and then he'll sit back for 1 or 2, and then he'll lead another rep and do his job during practice. And obviously during race time, he's just a competitor, and he just loves racing. I think as well the eligibility clock is ticking pretty loudly in the back of his mind. This is his final cross-country season as an NCAA college athlete, and he's going to take this great opportunity to be on this great team.
Yeah, and you mentioned running in packs too. It's not just those 2. The team is deep and they run in packs, and that's something that's been, true this year too. Brent Swiney's been up there. Jordan Smith, you mentioned a couple of the other guys, a couple of freshmen. Can you just talk about that running in packs and how key that is to coming out and finishing race as well?
Yeah, no, I mean, you win or lose a cross-country race by your 4th and 5th guy, and even that relates to 6 and 7, because 6 and 7 in practice, put pressure on the back of the group and hold them accountable in a way. Jordy Smith, again, he's sort of similar to Connor Hatfield. The eligibility clock is ticking. He's a senior. He knows it's we got 6-7 weeks, and he's never going to run a cross-country NCAA meet again. He'll never be on another college team for cross-country. So that's a motivating factor for a lot of guys, and Jordy's doing a great job with taking the opportunity by both hands and really grasping it. Just put in a good summer, good honest summer, which is the base of everything. And every time I see him in practice, he's just doing it right. He's just showing up, ready to run, and it's been great to see him. He wasn't a big super stud coming out of high school. We gave him a shot, and he's broken every PR multiple times since high school, so it's a great story, and I know he's going to finish this off at the national level with his teammates here for the third time in a row, which is super for a young man like him. Brent Swiney's more of a track guy. We know this. He's run 352, 1500 meters, and school record. He's an 800 meter guy. But when it comes to team, Brent's the team leader. Brent's just, hey, my teammates are going to do it, I'm going to give back the same effort. So is Brent a 10,000 meter runner? No. Is Brent a cross country guy? Would he naturally be inclined like that? No. Does he like being on this team and giving his best effort? Yes. And that's why Brent Swiney can be counted on. And I know the guys in the team are appreciative of his efforts, and so am I. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, that's probably one of the keys going forward here to Friday's race, the conference down in Concord, North Carolina. What's the one key to come away with a conference title and then build on that going into regionals? Is that kind of the big one, running in packs?
No, we've just got to run in packs for sure. I mean, obviously, one or two conference schools, fairly talented. We were second here last year, and we went on to come second in the region. So the top two teams in Conference Carolina are the top two teams in the entire region of the three conferences that make up the region. So, we've got a tough conference. We've got a good shot. The bigger goal for the men is to get to nationals, top three in the region, and then be top 20. We underperformed at nationals last year at Washington State, and I think the men have a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth there. So conference is an important step, but it's not the be-all and end-all. We're going to go down there, we're going to run in packs, but we're really trained for November 22nd, which is regionals, and December 6th, and both of those distances are 10K, and we're going to make sure that we give a great effort at conference, but at the same time we've got bigger goals down the road to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's this weekend, Frank Lyle Park in Concord, 8K race for Conference Carolina's championship here this weekend. On Friday, the race starts at 4 down there if you want to make the trek down and catch the race down there. Good luck.
Thank you,
down
sir.
in Concord, and thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks.